Oh, hey, what's up? We're playing. Hey.
Hello. Welcome
Hey,
to
everybody. Welcome to
Lollygagging.
Adventures in Lollygagging. We're playing Call of Cthulhu today.
Wait, you're supposed to say it in German, right? That's your thing?
I'm ready to
Welcome
go.
to Adventures in Lollygagging.
I'm ready to go. And literally, like, right as we're coming out of mute, I see freaking Discord shooting me messages. Ashley's one of them. Boris is sending me another one. Like, what the hell's going on? I'm so confused. I didn't have my mute button ready to go. Oh, whatever. Anyhow, what's up? How we doing?
Hi.
Where's Dum Dum? Where's he at? Where's
Steven's
Steven?
right there. I murdered him.
Oh yeah, he's right there. That's right. I do call
What the
Steven.
hell, Maitreyi?
It is fair. I do
Well
call
played,
you
Maitreyi.
Dum Dum. That's fair.
Look, Mark said you were his favorite, and it's all downhill from there.
Yeah. Boy,
Oh,
that
it's
was
jealousy.
jealousy.
Valid.
That's
It
Oh,
is.
boy.
It is
It's all
jealousy.
jealousy.
That's
Even
exactly
if it's
what
true,
it
that
is.
was still a mistake to say that. Oh, dear God.
We're
gonna be dealing
balancing
with
I can't
that.
help it that everyone
Steven.
loves me
Jealousy,
most.
and
I
that's
can't help
exactly
that. You
what
just
it
have to
is.
accept it.
I don't know. Anyhow, hopefully we'll get Long here in a minute. No one really knows where he's at. So if you've seen Long in the last 20 minutes,
Classic Long.
let us know. Just drop a note in the comments.
I bet he's asleep. Who wants to guess he's asleep?
That's always the best choice when it comes to
Yeah.
Long. If you're going to put money on anything, it's always he's sleeping.
The good odds on he's asleep.
Always. I mean, you're never like the odds are like you're never going to get. It's not going to ever have a big payout, but like you're probably right most of the time. So, but anyhow, that's where we're at. We're going to try to make do. Big thanks to Tales of the Myth Mayhem, by the way, for the raid that was coming in right as we were getting ready to go. They were playing some cults today, doing a little special one shot. Mark's been running a cult game for about a month now, I think, like in every other week stuff. So you should go check that out. And if you like Call of Cthulhu, you should check out the Mask of Nyarlathotep that he ran as well. We are not doing Mask of Nyarlathotep. We are doing what some people call a spiritual successor to it, maybe. I've heard that used before. We're playing Internalize, which is technically a Trail of Cthulhu game that we have been converting over to Call of Cthulhu. And yeah, we're in Malta where stuff has gone down. So let's just get it going. Should we get going? Should we get going?
Where are we going?
Yeah. I mean,
We should also, though, second raider from Myth Machine. So
Myth
thank you
Machine.
both to Tales of Myth and Mayhem and Myth Machine.
Thank you so much. All right, perfect timing. We're getting started. All right, so let's do it. Let's do it. And if Long shows up, we'll have it. So we went to Malta, and you all crashed a plane, and then you all woke up inside of a hospital after that plane crash. Some of you separated from others. And it was a little kind of unnerving. So Patrick, who is Long's character, was separated for a bit. Your pilot, your friend Frank Kearns, died in the plane crash as well. And you all, the four of you that are on the screen now, you all were okay. A couple injuries here and there. I think Carmelita got the worst of the injuries, but I think everyone other than that is okay. And you were discharged from the hospital, but while you were outside of the hospital, you noticed that a man arrived flanked by private security guards in a car as well that was kind of slow driving down the road. And you all were outside of this hospital. You were watching as the armed guards were kind of taking up positions around the entrance. Will, you also noticed that there was another interested observer of what was going on. This older bearded man who was wearing what only could be described as a tunic that had a Maltese cross on it. And then when you tried to go speak with this man, Will, it didn't go too well. And you tried to offer him a cigarette, but eventually he walked away. Inside, we got to see from Patrick's perspective that Montgomery Donovan was the man who arrived, flanked by all these guards, went up to this special suite in the special ward in the hospital to introduce himself to Patrick. He dismissed Patrick's doctor, Dr. Salazio, and wanted to have a private conversation with Patrick. And during that conversation, he claimed that he wanted out of the cult and that he wanted Janet Woodson Rogers' help. Her wealth, her influence could get him and his son, Monty Jr., out from under the thumb of the cult. Salazio was objecting to Donovan releasing Patrick, but nonetheless, that's exactly what happened. Patrick got out and arranged for a meeting about 2 days later at a cemetery to the north. Patrick met with the rest of you at a police station where you were trying to recover your belongings. You were able to find a few things here and there, but whether by just circumstance or happenstance, whatever it might be, no weapons. You took some rooms at the Hotel British on a recommendation by one of the police officers. You had a little drink and toasted Frank, and then the next day you started doing a little bit of investigation. Goldie, you went and tried to go through some local newspapers and some library stuff, and you were unable to find anything about Donovan. It was kind of curious, in fact, that there was nothing whatsoever about this man. Carmelita, you went to like a civic records office. You discovered that he owned some things, a yacht, a warehouse, a townhouse, but you got effectively thrown out of the clerk's office when it was revealed who and what you were investigating. So you weren't able to get specific details beyond that. Marie, Patrick, you scouted the cemetery where you were going to have your meeting, and you found Portia Donovan's grave, which is Montgomery Donovan's wife, and a hidden hatch in the chapel ruins. Will tried to obtain some weapons for you all, but was unable to get any guns. Was only able to get some knives, some clubs, things like that. And then the next day, you all decided to go to the cemetery. You positioned yourselves all over these different places. Carmelita, Goldie was serving as lookout while the rest of you spoke with Donovan as he was able to visit the grave of his wife, one of the few times that his guards would leave him alone. Carmelita, you kind of questioned his motives and what kind of information, but eventually you all got to the point where he started talking, and he claimed that the cult's god, Nyarlathotep, or the thing with 1,000 mouths, was present on Earth, and that Trammell, Samson Trammell, you all know that, said it slept beneath some kind of mountain. Now, Donovan didn't know what mountain he was talking about, but he did know that there was a spell that could kind of realign the heavens in such a way and allow like the caster to open a crack to the body of this deity. And the spell, he said, was hidden in a tome somewhere in his warehouse, under which you all learned that Malta's major mouth, which has been overproducing nectar like crazy for the past year. Donovan also was afraid of his second in command, Diana Hans, who was moving against him and needed basically your help to extract his son from the hospital without her, getting her attention, that kind of thing, and then to disappear from Malta. And he offered the spell in return, basically. You kind of reluctantly agreed. You discussed like the logistics of some plans, and then eventually you ended the meeting when Donovan's guards started stirring, and Goldie was able to let everybody know. I just noticed I have the old Beverly key overlay on. Hang on, that can't be right. There we go. She did. There we go. That's better.
She's not. She is.
None of you went and checked on her. Okay. Anyhow,
be word aloud.
My dad may have resurrected me. To be fair.
To be fair,
he also tried to shoot me.
No one checked.
And
then the last thing, as you all were preparing to leave the cemetery, that bearded man that you all had been had seen, Will specifically at the hospital, warned you all that you were making a deal with the devil. So let's start up basically right there, right in that moment. We're in the cemetery. We'll say that everyone is here. Everyone's in earshot. We'll say at this point, Donovan and his guards have moved away. And we'll say that it's all five of you. Goldie, you can say you've come back to the group at this point. We're down on the lower eastern terrace, and he had been moving about. You had seen him once prior, and he comes up and he says this to you all. I have a pic for you all to see if you want to see what this guy looks like, and if someone wants to share that in the Discord, you can go ahead and do that as well. Sir Godfrey Wells is what he called himself. All right. So yeah, check Foundry. You should be able to see it now. Okay.
I see. Got the
So you said
beard.
we're still in the graveyard? I thought we went in the church.
Okay, yeah, we can say the ruin is in the top, the uppermost tier. So we can say that you all retreated into the ruins. It's a chapel. It's just not in great condition. It's not active. That's not the right music. What am I doing? I'm all over the place. I got a new comp, so everything's a little bit out of order right now. So quit complaining. All right. So here we are. We're inside this ruin, and he's led you here. He's this big man, big broad chest, big long gray beard, and he says, "You have made a." He's like, "You've made a deal with the devil," and he's introduced himself as Sir Godfrey Wells. You have made a deal with the devil. What I need to know now is it because you do worship the devil, or because you have been led astray by him?
Why don't you tell us a little bit first about why you would call him the devil?
Why would I call him the devil? Because he leads a cult here within Malta, within Valletta, one in which they create some sort of drug, and they worship an ancient evil. Yes, this is why. Kind of looks at you. But surely, this is something you know already, is it not?
Well, of course, I was just curious what you knew. So I was just seeing if what you knew was the same as what I knew. What if we were to say that the deal is to no longer do such things anymore?
He is shutting down production of this horrific substance, whatever it is. And he is ceasing the worship of a most ancient evil. And he is disbanding the very cult that he has used to taint the streets of Valletta, a place I hold dear, a place I defend in honor in the name of my fallen brothers. Is this what you say?
That is
A couple of
we
those.
hope
Yeah,
to do.
two of the three, actually.
Yeah.
Yes to two
The
of the
majority.
three.
That is what
Yes.
we hope to do.
It appears that he has lost control of the cult, and they are taking control from him.
Such is the way of evil.
And
It cannot control for too long without those beneath it seeking to overthrow it and take the power for themselves.
But we seek to stop it, yes?
yes, not the answers are not here. The answers are
We
elsewhere.
do not worship this god, and we are not part of any cult. We
And
are
neither
trying
does
to stop them.
He.
And I don't know about that, but what is it that you are trying to do?
My mission, my purpose. I am here to defend this city as it was founded. In the names of my brotherhood, we have always protected Valletta throughout centuries now. Often we have done so unseen, without reward. I am the last of my secret chapter. Must now work in the public realm. But I have kept the secrecy, for in it I believe there are advantages. No, my brotherhood was known as the Knights of Valletta, and we have long defended this place. That is my purpose. That is my charge.
Well, lucky for you, we're here then. Like I told you when I first met you, we were coming after Donovan. We're going to make sure that he's no longer head of production. And if we can do it, we're going to make sure that the monstrosity they worship is destroyed. So, looks like we're doing your job for you, buddy.
I do not like your attitude. You have
Most
no
don't.
reverence.
We've traveled far and wide, and that is an almost universal conclusion about my young friend here, but his heart is good, and he does speak truth.
So you wish to destroy the beast that sits beneath the warehouse, yes?
One way or another, yes.
Yes.
And what way is that?
Not here. The solution does not lie here.
You come here, you make a deal with the devil to kill the beast, and then you leave. This makes little sense to me.
Think of this beast as just one tendril of an octopus or a squid. You cut off one tentacle, it's not going to kill the beast. There's plenty of other tentacles. We're going for the head, the heart of the creature. And this deal that we're making is going to lead us to the heart of the creature.
Donovan, simply an end to justify the means.
You make-
Not means to justify the ends.
You make a deal with this Donovan, and that will help you kill the beast. Who is it that you will kill? What? Where? I need details.
Donovan
we
has
do
the
a
keys to the
psychology
castle, so
check?
to speak.
Sorry, say that again, Will.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Mel.
No, what did Will say? Because Will said
Oh,
something.
I said Donovan has the keys to the castle, so to speak.
Okay. All right. What were you going to say then, Marie?
I wanted to do a psychology check on sort of how he's presented so far,
Okay.
as I decide my next responses to him.
Are you trying to assess whether or not he is authentic and kind and, all that kind of stuff? Or are you trying to assess whether he's lying about something? What do you think?
Yeah, because I'm trying to assess if he's just trying to pump us for information, or if his concern for Valletta seems genuine. Like he's part of this
Sure.
group and
Yeah.
he really wants all of that.
Yeah, psychology roll.
Okay, that is a 45 under 77, so that's a regular success. I will spend the extra to get hard if it would help me.
No. You've got nothing but sincere vibes from him. Any suggestion of a lack of sincerity or reverence, he seems to have been offended by it. And when he explained to Carmelita his purpose here, there was a swelling of his chest as if it is of pride, so if nothing else, he seems,
He's earnest.
Yeah, he seems like an earnest old knight of Valletta, whatever that is.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Donovan's got the keys to the castle. We're not making a deal with him. We're using him to get the keys, open the gate, slay the dragon inside. It's that simple.
So you know a way in to the warehouse, to the gate.
The warehouse is not the castle in this metaphor. The whole world is we got to think big picture here.
Yeah, think of an anthill, and you may see sort of the one anthill, but beneath there's a lot of tunnels and kind of pops up in different places. Imagine that, but all of
But
the
a really
different
big anthill.
anthills are popping up around the world. And we've already been to a couple places where there are the anthills, but we're trying to get to the most important center.
That's a great metaphor. The whole world is the anthill, and Valletta is just one little exit of the anthill.
Perhaps I've misjudged you. You are unserious people.
No, we have been to many countries around the world, and we have tried exactly what you're saying. The first places we went to, we broke into the proverbial warehouse and we destroyed what was there. But we're learning that is not
creature
enough.
Like this, you have destroyed one before.
We've done our best. We destroyed one. We tried our best with another, but I don't actually think we succeeded there. And we are learning that's not the way of it. But Donovan has given us an important bit of information. We'd had some clues here or there, and he's putting everything together in a way that's very helpful.
I see. So, you have no interest then in killing the beast beneath the warehouse, which has harmed the city and its people for over a year at this point now. You are going to leave.
We believe when we kill the creature, it should kill the beast in the warehouse as well.
Kill the creature?
The god that it is attached to.
You mean you are going to slay near the totem?
That's not correct. That's not who is doing this.
My dear, yes, it very much is. It is an evil known by many names. Some call it the liar from beyond. Others call it the thing.
1,000 mouths.
With 1,000 mouths. My
Yes.
brothers and I, we knew it by another name. Nyarlathotep. And we have studied for centuries this creature, its evils, looking for any way to unravel it, to destroy it. And after a 20-minute conversation with one of its acolytes, you believe you have discovered such a way.
We have spent months and months and months traveling around the world, and we have gathered information from the United States and Mexico and Thailand, and taking all of those pieces of information together, we now do believe that we know where we need to go, that we can slay him once and for all, and that will take out what's beneath the warehouse here.
All right. You're going to need to roll a test. I would say anyone can really roll it. All four of you were talking at some point, but this is a test. I think persuade is probably the most likely thing here. So if one of you over the others might want to do it, and I would say a bonus die for everyone chiming in, throwing in some of your CV, your curriculum vitae, everything that you've done thus far.
If I really hone in on the anthill metaphor, can I roll fast talk?
I think you get the sense that he is a very serious man.
Fast talk is not the way at it.
Non-serious things. It's not the way. He's an old rugged.
I'll throw you my bonus die, Bill.
Okay. I think I have the highest persuade.
Okay.
Unless
All right.
Goldie, our newest.
Mine's 67.
Mine's 73.
Yeah.
It's not me. I have a
Okay.
cult, if that helps.
That you do, for sure.
Will looks over his shoulder and sees Patrick. Oh shit, when did you get here?
He's muted too.
He's not talking.
Oh, that's a shame.
Completely unprepared.
This guy.
Thank goodness for the bonus die, because I would have failed. Otherwise, I would have spent luck if I needed to. But I rolled a 29 under 73, which is a hard success.
Hell yes.
So thanks for the bonus die.
I see. You have given me much to think on. If it is true what you say, that you are, in fact, aiming to take down this creature, this evil that has persisted, then I will aid you. Come with me. You are not safe. You have been being followed since you have left the hospital. Not by me.
You know,
I have been
not
following.
by you.
I have been following that which has been following you. Yes.
I kept looking around and I got the strangest feeling that we were being followed, but I just couldn't make anyone. I'm usually fairly good at noticing when someone's following me, like a 72 spot hidden, but somehow I just couldn't seem to mark anyone.
Well, when you get as old as I, and when you know the streets of Valletta as well as I do, You know some hidden paths.
And at that point, he like walks over to the hatch and he flips it open.
This might be the safer way to travel.
That was what we were about to explore when you came out of the shadows here. We've been very curious to see where this leads.
I will, of course, come with you, but who has been following us?
Oh, I believe it is an agent of one of your new allies. Yes, they dress the same, carry the same weapons. I don't know if it's Donovan himself or someone else who has put a tail on you. But your movements here in Valletta, they are known. I was not able to follow all of you yesterday. I followed that one.
And he kind of nods towards Will.
And he ventured to places. I assume you were trying to procure some weaponry to defend yourself.
Indeed. You're a knight. Do you have any?
I do.
Got like some swords lying around?
I do, yes. Though I think it is 1937. The sword is not the ideal form of weapon, much to my sadness.
I mean, I don't know how to use a sword, but you looked like you were. That was what people were using when you were younger, so I just assumed. Are we going down the hatch?
Yes, one moment, please, first.
And he turns to Marie.
You would not have wanted to go down here. This is why I stepped out.
And you see, he reaches down and he's not even sure what he's doing, but he's like pulling out from a seam in the masonry this tiny little wire. And as he does so, you watch as like a blade comes out of one side of the block of mortar and right across to the other.
For it would have been very painful for one of you.
Oh no. That well played. And she taps her. Well played.
And so he descends. He climbs down into the darkness. Do you all follow?
Yeah, you know.
Marie
The
sort
penitent
of
man will pass. Absolutely.
looks to Goldie and she sort of leans in and says, "It is quite serendipitous since we met you in Versailles and we've met Mr. Donovan so quickly and now we've met this gentleman. You must be good luck for our group."
I do not feel like it. That's not my accent. I don't know where the hell that came from.
Or say by way of Rhode Island.
I do not feel like it.
Jeff is wondering why when she got on the plane and the plane crashed, that somebody
Literally on the plane, one time, plane crashes, one of your longtime friends is dead, but you must be good luck. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what Goldie's thinking too. Like, are you sure that you did not hit your head harder?
Oh, it's quite hard. But I've learned in life that one must find the silver lining, or else everything just seems horrible all the time.
And she just kind of like nods at you because she's looking at you like you're a weirdo. Like she feels like a curse upon you all as she rolls down in the hatch, and she's asking, Sir what? Godfrey?
Sir Godfrey Wells, yes.
Are there more of those traps?
Yes, there are many throughout the tunnels. My brothers and I have set numerous over the years. Most are by the catacombs, which is near the warehouse. The regular tunnels this way and that, I do not normally set them unless I am going into a dangerous situation. A meeting between you and Donovan and his guards could be dangerous, and I must find a way out quickly. Yes, preparation is key. Don't worry. If you follow me, you will be fine. Now, which way was it again?
And he looks forward, and you see like, as you all climb down into this dark, musty tunnel beneath the city, you can see branching out and like 10 different directions are other tunnels. Some very small, some wide. Some look like they've been ordainedly like they've been created in a sort of a fairly ornate fashion. Others look just more like crude narrow halls. And he leads you for a bit. This is not before, by the way, he grabs a torch off the wall and then he strikes it, and you are now wandering through tunnels beneath Valletta with an old knight with a flame flickering above you. Okay. So we'll say that you all travel for about 15 minutes before eventually he gets to what looks like a wall that has been kind of remasoned. You think you can tell like the discoloration between some of the brick and some of the rock, and then what he is coming up to, and you can tell that a few of the bricks have like a small little like discoloration on it. And he turns to who do we think was following him the closest? Who was the first behind him?
Will was eager.
Well, he turns to you and he says,
Please, sir, hold this.
And he hands you the torch. And then you see him start to climb up the wall, like this big bear of a man climbing up the wall. And then up at the very top, when you can see, like he's almost like climbing up a small little like alcove in the ceiling. You see he kind of does some kind of little sort of movement of his hands, and you hear a slunk, and then you hear, and he pushes open a trap door. And you see a little bit of light comes in, not a ton, but a little bit of light comes in, and he starts to climb up.
It is safe. You may come up now.
No traps?
There was a trap, but it has been disarmed for now. Come.
Thank you.
That's
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Will go last since he's holding the light for everyone.
So as you kind of come inside, you find yourselves in some kind of, you're pretty sure it's like a basement perhaps of some kind. There's no windows letting in light, but there is like a couple candles flickering here and there. You can see it's like you're at like a kind of like an intersection of a handful of small rooms, and you can see off in one direction there is like a shrine that is giving off most of that light. It's like a modest altar, shrine of some kind, and you can see down another little kind of a separate chamber, a side chamber. There looks like an alcove with some books and such on shelves, some kind of small little library. And then you can see at the far end of the hall, there is a set of stairs that go up. And then right before it, there is a door that goes into a small chamber with about a half dozen cots and footlockers and things like that. And he turns and he says,
Welcome to my home. You are welcome here and you are safe here. I have not entertained in quite some time. However, so the furnishings might not be up to your standards. Yes.
It's nothing to worry about. We've traveled through jungles and slept in tents. Even a cot is a good place for us to lay our head.
Wonderful. Make yourselves at home. I must go upstairs briefly to ensure that, I will be back. Yes.
Sure, I'll go help.
No. You must stay here out of sight. It would not be good for you to be seen.
But it's okay for you to be seen?
It is my home. It makes perfect sense for me to be seen. Yes. Foolish boy.
and he starts walking away from you. You see, he goes up the
Will
stairs.
starts rifling through everything.
Yeah, so there's basically like 3 different rooms in here, all interconnected. One of them is, again, has like some kind of shrine or an altar. One of them looked to have been a library, and one of them looked to be like some kind of barracks or something like that. So, what would you like to do?
Any weapons as he described in the barracks like area?
No, you don't really notice. So if you go over into the barracks like area, there's literally about a half dozen cots, footlockers, everything's dusty. Doesn't really look like they've been used at all, or they are generally well kept. There's just dust everywhere in here. Looks to have been fairly inactive. Yeah.
All the footlockers are empty too.
You go through some footlockers. You find what looks like old, like tchotchkes and belongings and little things like that. You, at best, you might find like a small dagger, but you don't find anything in the realm of like guns. But you see other tunics similar to the one that he is wearing, but kind of shaped a little differently. Others you see like books and Bibles and various religious texts, but all of them seem to be relatively benign. Like it's the types of things that you would probably expect to see from somebody in a religious order. And then you see other little, other little tchotchkes and things like that, little decorations, wood carvings. Some books have like pressed flowers, but nothing that you would be able to pull out and be like, hey, this is a gun, I can shoot this now.
I'll grab a tunic that fits me.
Okay, so you rifle out of a tunic, and you have this dusty old tattered tunic that hasn't been, doesn't look like it's been washed or kept or cleaned in quite some time. But yeah, so that's what Will's been doing. What about the rest of you?
I'd like to
Someone
go to the
explain to me.
library and ask Goldie to come with.
Okay, so Goldie and Carmelita go over to the library, and then Patrick, what is it you say?
Somebody explain to me what this man has taken us to.
His home. He's a knight of Valletta, and his interests align with ours. He knows of Nyarlathotep. He knows of what we are trying to do, and he has agreed to offer us assistance.
He wants the large mouth destroyed.
I got that feeling, but how much is there? What can he give us?
For now, he can keep us not staying at the hotel where we were apparently set up by the police that are being paid off by the cults here.
And we were being trailed, presumably by Diane Hoots.
Safe harbor and an ally at the very least.
That'll keep me resting easy then. Got a big day ahead of us.
Yes.
Okay, so Goldie, Carmelita, you step over into the library, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, library is a very generous term for what you're standing in. It is a really just like a kind of a small alcove, like a very small room, a couple feet by a couple feet. But you can definitely tell that there are books that are stacked up and some are on shelves. Quick glance, you notice a lot of stuff on Christian theology. You can see that there's a lot of books on like records, history of knights, things like that, and a few odd occult tomes here and there. You can, if you want to sift through them, I would take an occult test. That would probably work. History would be okay as well.
I'll do a history. if you
I'll
wanna do
rip a cult.
Okay.
Extreme success, 5.
Nice. Very nice.
Goldie does know her occult, that's for damn
She
sure.
does.
I know dead people.
Regular 43 under 50.
Okay. So you notice, Carmelita, I'll start with you, that some of the historical stuff that you see has to do with Valletta in general. And you find some old things that sort of track how Valletta has changed hands over the years. Specifically, it talks about in the 16th century. There's like one specific thing in the 16th century where the island was given by Charles I of Spain to a group known as the Knights Hospitaller, which would then come to be known as the Knights of Malta. And eventually they focused within Valletta itself. There is reference to a great siege of Malta by the Ottomans in 1565, and that apparently is when the Knights of Malta quite famously endured that siege and defended the city. And like the city of Valletta was effectively named after their founder, like this knighthood, this knight order, Grandmaster Jean Perceau de la Valletta. Now, he did die a couple years later, but like the city essentially bore his name, and it was called the most humble city of Valletta. And Europe, however, sees it as like kind of a different thing. But that seems to be what a lot of what you're reading. It's like this old, like you're just flipping through in some of the history, and you can see there's even some stuff about like records as you start going through some knightly records of people who were in that particular battle, that particular siege, notes and journal entries and observations in various languages and such here and there. There's more recent stuff as well, like including like Napoleon era time as well, but that seems to be a little bit more scant. So that's what you find.
Thank you.
Goldie, you got an extreme success, huh?
Yes.
Oh, you think you're cool or something?
No, I think I'm a curse upon this group, actually, to be fair.
You think you're what?
I'm a curse upon this group right now.
I think so.
Own it. Own it. You know your occult stuff.
Okay. You basically find, it's not so much that you're finding occult tomes, like things that you might find written by other scholars, but rather these are like the records and the inner workings and the knowledge, like these sort of like the text of this group, the Knights of Valletta, and what they think and how they've gone through the various like mythos over the years, these gods, devils, demons, gods, outer gods, etc. And so all of this is their understanding of it. And with an extreme success, you would be able to tell that their understanding of it, the Knights of Malta, of it's fairly muddled, and it's also viewed through a very hazy lens of like Christian faith and ignorance, and that has lent it a certain level, a certain subjectivity, a certain bias to it. From your knowledge, you would be able to tell that a wide variety of mythos entities, creatures, and other kind of occult forces have a tendency to be kind of grouped together by this knighthood, and referred to as Nyarlathotep, which appears to be like their supreme entity. It's like the same thing as like a Satan or the great adversary of good. And you can see all of these generations of knights of Malta over the centuries have been fighting against this. Ultimately they're fighting against this, but they don't seem to have, like, they're not scholars the way you might be. Like they don't necessarily view things from an objective lens with a cross-referencing of different texts and tomes and cultures. All of it is sort of driven dogmatically from one view, which might limit their understanding somewhat.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. Okay. Marie, Patrick, what are you guys doing down here?
Marie would have kind of gone a little bit, kind of whatever the nearest sort of like door or something, and she's just listening because like he went off and it piqued.
He went upstairs.
Marie's curiosity about that, and so she wants to sort of like hang out at the bottom of the stairs and try to listen to see, like, is he talking to someone? Is he like anything like that? So roll what she's doing.
Roll listen test as you go up the steps and then listen through the door that seems to go into a larger building.
Okay, that is a success.
You don't hear voices. You do hear him shuffling around here and there. You can definitely tell that he's moving some stuff, or he's busy operating something, but he's not talking to anybody. Like but you can hear him moving around a bit.
Okay. And I would say that's probably what Marie's doing, is she's just kind of listening out, just making sure we're not about to get kind of ambushed or something.
Okay. What about you, Patrick?
Yeah, I'd be looking around to see if there really is no one has been moving around, so how the paths are kept dusty. There's no foot tracks.
Okay. I mean, you see, you can go around, you can give me a spot hidden if you like. just sort of a general look over of the area.
Got a hard success.
Okay. You can tell that there's definitely foot traffic from the staircase through the main hall into the side chamber where the library is and up through towards where that shrine is, that candlelit shrine and altar that is at the far end of the hall. But you don't really see any other than Will's footprints going into that little cot area where the beds are. It doesn't look like that has seen activity. But otherwise, yeah, you've seen like it's dusty in here, but it certainly looks like the library, the shrine, those things seem to be in much better order than that small little barracks.
Then that shrine would catch my attention and I would follow it down.
Okay, it's so yeah, at the far end of this small hall in this basement, it's a 4-foot cross, and it stands basically behind this modest altar. There's several candles that are flickering already. And you can see there's the long wall of this area is got this lovely like fresco of what you presume are the Knights of Malta, and you can see that they're on this long like spear or kind of edifice of a rock, and they're like battling. They're like in battle with some kind of dark, shapeless foe. And it's got all these different heads and these kind of black grasping limbs that are like reaching down, and the knights in their full regalia, swords and shields and armor, are like battling with it, slashing through some of these limbs, trying to like cut off some of these heads. It is and it's really well done, and you can tell it's been well kept. Like he does seem to tend to it decently well. You could give me a couple different tests if you wanted to know more. There's art history, if you have that, biology, architecture, archaeology, history, just straight up history. Could potentially get something as well.
Yeah, my best is history, so I'll go for that.
Okay. Go for it. Yeah.
Ooh, 2 luck, and that'll be enough for 19.
Okay. With that, maybe you did a little research looking over Marie's shoulder or something like that when she was studying about Malta on your way here. And you would recognize like that portion of the rock itself is likely the peninsula on which Valletta was built. Like you can just sort of see, maybe you looked at maps, or maybe you saw a different kind of image. So you can definitely get a genuine like kind of layout of it. However, anything more specific than that is kind of unclear. You would be able to conclude, though, that a lot of the sea around Valletta, there are these different beasts and creatures that are coming up in it, like as if in alignment with this large, like nebulous monster, but they're all like imaginary. They're like serpents and like kraken and like these giant horrific squids and stuff. Like none of them look like they're depicted in a way that suggests anything but kind of artistic or poetic license in some way. Okay. Yeah, and that's kind of what you would get unless you had something else. Like you would probably need somebody with a little bit more archaeological or architectural understanding to really be able to depict more about like the shrine itself or the cross. But you could probably get that at least.
Got it.
All right. So a little time passes, and we'll say, Marie, you hear footsteps coming towards the door.
And Marie will move herself away from the door so that she doesn't get bowled over, and she'll kind of like go off as if she's just looking around aimlessly.
Yeah. And so you hear him like, oh jeez, oh goodness, and he's like struggling to get through the door, and he starts descending down the staircase, and you see he has a tray, and on the tray there's like two different decanters, one of which has like clear liquid, which you presume might be water, and another has red liquid, which you presume might be wine. And then there are a handful of like goblets and like little pieces of bread and such. And he's like,
if you are hungry, I have a modest kitchen, but you are welcome to it.
Good sir, I can give you a hand. And then she goes over from the corner. I can assist you.
Thank you very much. Yes. The bread is recently purchased. It is. I bought it yesterday. It is good. The wine, it is not the best vintage, but it will suffice.
Any vintage is a good vintage, says the woman whose vice is drinking.
He looks appalled by that statement.
Madam, that is most untrue. Most untrue. You have much to learn about wine. Any vintage is a good vintage. Oh, no.
And he starts to pour.
As I've said, sometimes we are sleeping on the ground in the jungle, and you take what you can get. I have every confidence that yours, however, will be of a pristine vintage.
If you say. Thank you.
Does everyone take food and drink?
Yeah, Will is wearing the tunic at this point, and he says, "Bless you, brother. Thank you," as he takes one of the glasses.
He reaches out towards Will, and faster than you would have thought it possible for a man of this age, grabs him by the collar and pushes him like up against the wall.
You disrespectful lout! Take that off this instant! How dare you! I let you into my home.
You said to make ourselves at home.
Take it off right now!
I'll take it off. Let go. I'll take it off.
And his face is like red and kind of going purple with anger.
How dare you! How dare you! Oh, it is... What right do you have to take... You have not been ordained. You have not been... Prison, you are some small-minded fool who cannot take a quest to save the world seriously. How dare you? How are all of you like this? Is this
Sir
what
Godfrey.
I shall expect for allying myself with all of you?
Sir Godfrey.
I bring you in here. I protect
Yes.
you from assassins on the street. And this is what you do. You sully the very colors of my brethren, my brothers who have fallen in the fight against the great evil. An evil that you laugh and scoff at. Tell metaphor. People die in this fight. You laugh like a fool. This is not a costume.
And he's just like going off on this horrific, like he's just ranting and angry at this point.
Carmelita says very seriously, take it off for right now.
I'm taking it off. Relax. It's overreacting. It's just a joke.
It's not funny, Will.
Will's taking it off.
Marie's trying to turn Sir Godfrey a little bit toward perhaps the art that was on the wall. Perhaps we are interested in you and your history, and we know that you take this very seriously. Perhaps you could tell us all a bit about, and she kind of points to the area that had, kind of the art and the battle and all of that.
Yeah, you can try to calm him down if you like. You can roll something.
Yes.
He's on the verge of throwing you guys out, I think. It's funny. This guy's been nothing but kind. Gave you wine.
Called him a brother.
Would you take charm? That's what she's trying to do? Is kind of okay. Yeah, that's a success. 60 under 84.
Okay. With Carmelita insisting on Will taking it, and then Will starting to take it off, and Marie kind of turning him towards something else, and kind of the art that Patrick has been looking at. He'll start to breathe a little longer, and his voice will kind of start to die down. The red in his face will begin to kind of lighten. And he'll say, looking like over his shoulder as like Will is taking the tunic off at this point.
Yes, it is my brethren, the very brethren that your friend Sully's. They have been fighting the fight for hundreds of years. Here you see them fighting the great Nyarlathotep. It is artistic, of course, but it is a representation of what we fight against. It is
Representation, so you haven't even seen these things.
these things. No, that is. No, these are imaginary creatures. This one is a sea serpent and a kraken. No. It is artistic representation of the battles we have fought, the evils. But if you believe the journals of my forebears,
And he points like to the parts of the painting that are more like the nebulous darkness, like this, like the kind of weird, kind of grasping hands and the shapeless blackness.
this here, the crawling blackness, the chaos. This here, this is true.
And before you go off on all this, Will here, he's seen more than you have. What enough?
He has seen more than me.
I mean, he's like in his 70s.
I have defended the city for generations. I have fought against the proliferation of this horrific drug that has reached into the streets. I have done this on my own, with no aid. And I come to you to assist you. And instead, this one mocks me. And you, sir, you question what I have achieved. I think we are done here.
Mr.
No,
Price is not
I shall not
questioning.
stand here and take this a moment
trying-
longer.
He's trying to provide context that you have
You
been
may
doing what
find
you
the
have been
street
doing.
by going up
here.
the stairs and
I
turning
don't
to
show
the
him what's been
right.
growing on my arm.
The stairs up to the right. You will find the road. You are not far from your hotel. Goodbye and good luck. You are no allies of mine. You
We
are
are,
cruel,
in fact.
cruel people. No,
Mr.
out
Mr.
of my
Price
house.
Mr. Price is showing you on his arm the cost of what we have had in our fights. See as he shows you his arm.
He looks down.
It is one of those. There are thousands of them. But the warehouse, why is that on you? Why? I have only seen
because-
that on the most dedicated and devoted to Nyarlathotep.
And he's like,
Because we
reaching
have
into-
been fighting so close. We have been so in this fight, in all of the places we have been around the world. This is the cost that has come to us. This is what we have been battling for months and months and months. And when Mr. Price says that young Mr. Sawyer has seen many things in his days, he means that we have seen these things up close. We have lost countless individuals just in the last year, literally in these mouths, in this fight. We are not attempting to compete with you over who has done more, simply to say that we are not naive innocents who have not seen anything. We are in this together. We
I
are
have
on the
not
same
called you
side.
Naive, not innocent, but rude and cruel. And yes, if what you say is true, that is alarming. But what your friend Will has not seen was what they called the bloody tongue. The Tusa Theobald, whose tunic he has brandished and worn. The pieces he was torn into when we were defending these streets 20 years ago.
And he has taken it off and he has sorry for doing so. There are not
He
many
has
of
not
us that are on this side together.
apologized in a meaningful manner. He is a
And-
fool and a jester, and he will get you
And-
killed if you stick with him.
And any group has its roles in the group. There are too few of us on this side.
I think
For us
it's at this point you're gonna have
to
to make
fracture.
a roll because like
Yeah.
you guys have like Will
Yeah.
really insulted him. I think Patrick kind of compounded it. So like if you want to stay in here and make him an ally, I'm gonna need another roll because like he's been nothing but nice and kind, gave you food, brought you into a secret hideout to not get assassinated. Will puts on the tunic of his dead compatriot. Patrick tries to say that Will's seen more than him. There's a lot that you guys,
Yeah.
I think, just did. So
Yeah.
this was, I think, self-inflicted. So
No,
go ahead.
I don't disagree. And I don't think Carmelita has been particularly helpful. She's kind of just shell-shocked.
Well, the two of
and
you, I think
taking
you
this
and
in.
Goldie have been like flipping through books, maybe. So maybe you haven't even really
Yeah.
seen a lot of what's been going down.
She's not helping, unfortunately. Mel is what I was getting at.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. It's a straight.
This is
okay.
when we pop out and we're like, why is there yelling? What happened?
Spend
Well,
the luck to change
I never
know
whatever
what
that
this
means.
Did you critically fail?
I did.
Okay. He'll turn to you. This very nice, friendly ally old man will turn to you all and say,
I wish you luck. I hope that you are successful. But it seems that our paths are not aligned. You may leave to the stairs. It is safer that way. It will take you onto the street. It is a pity. I thought I had found more to join the Brotherhood, at least temporarily. But no.
Sorry, but we need this place. I'm gonna attack him.
Oh God.
okay, yeah, sure. Okay. Okay, yeah,
Ooh.
go for it. Roll your attack. Jesus.
We'll give us
Oh.
medium knives earlier.
All right, hang on.
Yeah. Will got knives for.
Yeah, we
Or
all
knock,
got
knockout
medium
instead.
knives.
Maybe not skill, but knockout. I'll just do fist.
Yes, Ashley, your face, and yes.
47 is a pet regular.
Hang on, I have to get up his stats. I didn't realize you guys
Yeah,
were going to be
that-
fighting him. One
I
second.
didn't. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Jesus. One sec.
Goldie and Carmelita were like around the corner. Like, what? We're looking through some books and maybe we're
What's
gonna
all
do
the
a library
commotion? And then we
use.
come out to
and-
see Patrick swinging at
Okay, he's going to. Yeah, he'll fight back. Hang on, double check. Yeah, I'll fight back. Okay, here we go. Okay, that is a 6 on the roll. So that is a extreme success.
I'll surpass my regular.
Okay, so he'll win that with his extreme success. So you lunge at him, and he moves more deftly than you expect an old man to be able to. But he also is a knight, and so he kind of steps to the side, and he kind of like grabs your shoulders and kind of throws you into the wall, letting your momentum kind of take you into it. And Patrick, you're going to take some damage. You take 6 points of damage as your head goes crashing into the wall down here, like right underneath the like that fresco, and his face just like your face just crashes into the wall. Okay, we're gonna do this dramatically. So Marie, you're standing there. What do you do, Marie?
That's a good question. So he presented earlier that he's the last of his group.
Yep. You just saw Patrick lunge at him. He managed to step out of the way and kind of turn and throw Patrick into the wall. And he's just kind of standing there. He looks shocked, but at the same time, he's a trained knight. So like he seems to be guarded and ready. He's very quickly into like a kind of a stance to suggest that he is ready for combat. What do you think you would do in this moment? Go, Marie.
I think Marie would try to push Patrick up the stairs to go.
You're going to try to grab Patrick? You're going to try to like grapple Patrick?
Okay. And try to go up the stairs, yeah.
So Patrick, you tell me, and I know that we're all friends here. So you tell me, do you want to fight back against this? Like if not, if that's the case, then we'll do a roll.
No, that's fine. If she wants to stop me.
Okay. So Marie will lunge and try to grab Patrick and try to like drag him away. Okay. Will, what would you do?
Will would see Patrick go for the wall and have the same sort of idea as Marie to head towards Patrick. Not necessarily to grab him and take him up the stairs, but like see that he's hurt and like seeing that Marie grabs him, he would go to put himself in between the old man and Patrick. Whoa. We're leaving, okay? We're leaving. And he goes like backing off with Patrick and Marie.
Okay, so you get out in front, and he's standing there ready, and he's like, you see his fists are up, and he's standing tall, and he's a very big man. Like he literally, as he starts to stand taller and taller, almost looks like a bear standing there, his head nearly reaching the height of the ceiling, and he is standing there.
Go now, and I will let all of you live. Linger, and I cannot guarantee what will happen to you.
We're leaving. And Will is just keeping himself in between so that if he does decide to like continue fighting, Will would be like the target there.
Okay. Carmelita and Goldie, it's not a huge basement, but so you would have heard a lot of what has gone down now. Like definitely there was arguments going back and forth, but then you suddenly hear like Patrick say, sorry, old man, we need this. And then there's a slam against the wall. You see Marie and Will kind of like dart out of your vision. And then you see them kind of dragging Patrick towards the stairs. And you see this big man who's kind of like walking them down the hall, fists up. Like, again, he's like 70, but he's still kind of like walking down with these big old fists. What did the two of you do in the side room?
Carmelita says to Golda, we should leave.
This is how you all operate? You attack
No, I was down here with you.
Us?
I promise you this would have gone a lot differently if I was in charge. But
Sir Godfrey, I am very sorry. We are leaving. Thank you for your assistance for what we had.
May God go with you.
If you have explosives, if we are unable to complete our mission, that would be useful. And then
I had contacts I could have shared, resources I could have provided. I shall not provide them to ones who would stab me in the back. Out now.
And she doesn't argue at all because she's also kind of flabbergasted that this went to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah, Carmelita is not thrilled and just leaves.
Okay. So you guys start backing up the stairs into the main building. You realize like you're in some kind of townhouse. It is sparsely decorated. As you're up and you're kind of moving in the direction of where the main entrance, it looks like this is just his home, and like his shrine was literally the basement beneath it, like this little like hidden shrine down here. And as long as everyone's doing this, you kind of work your way, you find the door, and you're out onto the streets of Valletta in a very nice looking but old neighborhood. that looks probably unfamiliar to you. And you can see that there are a handful of people on the streets. You can see it's afternoon. It's not quite evening time. You had met with Donovan at like noon, and you spoke for a bit. Then you moved through the tunnels and you came here. And you see him come up to the door. You see Godfrey come up to the door and just slam it shut. And now you guys are standing on these cobblestone streets of Valletta. What are you doing?
Before
That
we
guy's
left,
crazy.
could Carmelita just have taken that gold cross that she wears and just puts it on the table, sort of soundly?
Your cross, like your personal cross?
Yeah.
Okay, you set it down, like on your way out. Okay, yeah, you could have done that. Okay,
That's it. I don't say anything to him.
okay.
Just leave it there.
And he closes the door, and you all move down the steps onto the cobblestone street. It's not evening; it's afternoon. You got a couple hours of light left, and the five of you have just been thrown out of a townhouse by a 70-year-old knight of Malta. What would you like to do
Will
next?
would start trying to do first aid on Patrick. He hit his head pretty hard there.
He did. You can see a little blood coming down.
First aid is 72. That is a 12, which is an extreme success.
Okay.
It's 1d4, I believe, right? Let me double check.
Yeah, we should double check. I always forget, especially since we started doing the faster recovery stuff.
I think 1d4 sounds right, but double checking just to be safe.
1d4. Yep.
1d4? Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
That is 2 points back.
Okay.
Don't worry about Will. It's just a bit of scratch.
You're
What's
okay, though?
wrong with you all? Do you have no compassion? Do you
didn't
have
do
no
anything.
common
Basic
sense?
He flew off the
politeness?
handle.
Basic politeness. Have you never spoken to another human being before?
Why
What are you
am I
talking
surprised?
about?
I'm
I
talking
remember-
about how having a mouth on your arm doesn't absolve you of basic humanity. You still have to be halfway decent to people.
Okay, Carmelita, we're not going to sit here and be lectured by you. You were yelling at Donovan just an
Because
hour ago.
Donovan
You're
is objectively a bad person. You
Okay,
realize
sir,
they're
it's
both
not
crazy
no
people,
will-
both parts of their own cults.
Here is not the
Listen,
place to be arguing.
as soon as I realized that it would be better
Carmelita,
for me to not say
Will.
anything, I kept my mouth shut. That seems
We
to
were
be a
keeping our
skill
mouths
that
shut.
eludes all of you.
We are on the street. Be quiet. And
It's
then
Yeah,
misunderstanding.
I could use a drink. Let's go back to our hotel, which was
you're
being
not going
watched.
back
Let's
to our
not
hotel.
go
We're
to
going
that hotel.
elsewhere.
That hotel was given to us by the police. We should not go to that hotel.
All right, let's go somewhere
a
else then,
hotel.
because I could use a drink.
Underground would have been the place for us to stay.
It's not
But we
really an
need to go
option
somewhere
anymore.
else.
These tunnels are all over the town. We can find another spot. Never know we're there.
If they're booby trapped and we don't know where those traps are.
At least we know. We can disarm it. It's fine.
trying to
Goldie's
think of
gonna
a-
start looking for
I'm
a
not
different
poking
hotel.
around a city I don't know for tunnels that I don't know that are probably trapped.
And
I'm
also,
not
even
doing
here.
that.
we were told we're being followed. We should be careful.
Yes, indeed. I think we should try to think of what role to do to find another. Because there's, I think, two things that need to be done. We need to try to figure out who has been following us and try to lose that tail.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to find a different hotel to
I
stay
will
at.
look around to see if there is anyone that is following us.
You can roll spotted.
I'll take my bonus die. Don't mind.
Yeah, you can always take it. Unless some like specific you say. Otherwise, it's always there for you.
Sweet. 42 regular success under 60.
look around. You don't notice anybody following you. I think once you guys got out and kind of started yelling at each other, you maybe caught a few eyes, but no one's following you. It just looks like you might have drawn the attention of just random passersby and such, but no tails at the moment.
Carmelita will say to Maria, I think we're okay for right now. I don't know if we'll stay okay, but we're okay right that second.
Goldie would like to go to like a nearby clothing store and maybe purchase a different outfit that blends in a little bit better with the locale.
Okay. Yeah. So let's think about this. Are you all staying together at this point and working your way back? I kind of just want to get a sense of like what's happening. This is a weird sort of curveball situation that just happened. So like, let's try to figure out, like, both as players and as characters, like what's happening now, right? So
how much time do we have before we're supposed to meet Donovan, or like?
So the plan that I remember you guys hashing out with him was there were a couple different pieces to it. One was Diana Hans trying to pick her off in some way because she sometimes does deliveries of bribes to various officials and a delivery to the hospital for nectar, presumably. That none of that was going to be today. Then there was trying to get Montgomery Jr. out of the hospital as well. And then you were supposed to meet Donovan Sr. by the warehouse to try to get into the warehouse. I believe those were the three big things that were part of like your plan. Because the idea was that if Diana Hans is still available at the warehouse, that would make it more difficult for him to get a bunch of you into the warehouse. And him giving you guys the spell is contingent upon you guys helping him get Monty Jr. to safety.
So guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the plan was for some of us to go meet Donovan at the warehouse while Hans is doing the rounds. And at the same time, some of us are going to the hospital, like as soon as she is doing the rounds, to get the kid out while she's distracted making her stops, essentially was the hope. Is that right?
Yes, there were going to be locations for each of us.
As well.
Trying to sneak the child out during the day?
If I remember
Our
correctly,
options are limited.
It's got to happen at the same time.
I think right now our concern is we were being tailed. We need to get different clothing so we don't match our descriptions from earlier today. We need to find a place to be that isn't our hotel that we know is being watched. And then we need to really beat down and decide who's doing what on this plan.
so
We'll stick to the alleys. Find a hotel that's on main streets.
we hopefully lost our tail by traveling through the tunnels from the cemetery to Sir Godfrey's home.
Yes.
So hopefully
And we're not being followed now, so if we are going to make a play for a new hotel, now's the time to do it.
I do have, so that even before we get to the hotel, we are looking different. So one of the things that Marie picked up in one of our previous downtimes was Master of Disguise. And so I can spend 10 luck points to gain a bonus die to disguise rolls.
Hell yes.
And then if someone is trying to detect the disguise, their spot hidden or psychology rolls difficulty is raised to hard. So
Is this your first time using it?
It is the first time using it.
Hell
so I could
yes.
go full on and do 5 disguise checks. So I currently have 55 luck. So I could spend 10 luck and do disguise checks for each of us. And then before we go into a new hotel, we would already be then disguised.
Okay. Is that what we want to do?
I will not take the bonus die from me because I have a decent sneak. So if I fail my disguise check, which I probably will, can I sneak?
Well, how would you know if you fail your check?
Yeah.
Like, you would still have the disguise on, right?
Yeah, so
that's true.
yeah,
That's true.
Marie's thought is we all need to be disguised and then maybe try to.
I just expect
Not
to
travel in
fail
a group
the
of 5.
15 as well as failing the 5, so I don't want to make Mel spend the luck.
Well, and really, it's just if I have now done that, it's just on the roll of the other person. So I don't have a great disguise. Actually, I think I only have like a 25.
Right.
Yeah, I only have a 25 in disguise. But once I've done that, it's just their attempt at either spot hidden or psychology.
Mm-hmm.
So there isn't anything that you will have to roll from here on out.
Okay,
So-
sounds pretty decent then.
Oh, then if that's the case, then dope.
Okay.
Are we all going to
so
be
then-
wearing black tunics with crosses and beards on?
Oh god, leave it to Will to put on
All right.
the tunic completely unnecessarily of a dead former knight, but that's fine. Okay,
We said to make ourselves at home.
Whose houses have you been to?
sometimes I feel bad, like I did something, like this is my fault somehow. But then I think about it more. And
No,
I'm like,
this
I don't
is clearly
think so.
Melissa's fault because she rolled the critical fail.
I don't
Could've
think
been.
you did anything
I mean,
wrong.
I
We'll
did
see.
roll a bleepity bleep 100 in the very crucial roll.
Oh,
so
whatever, man. I
dice-
could fail minimum
All right, I'm
once
starting-
a session. So
Okay.
it's okay.
I'm starting upper left with Will.
Well, I don't think we need to do this for every single person. But I'll say, like, I don't think you need to roll it for every single person. I think a disguise check to try to get the entire crew, like the whole crew. I don't think you need to roll one for each specific person. What I'll say is maybe as opposed to doing like I'm trying to think of an easy way to do this, because you only have a 25 disguise, which I know kind of sucks, but I would say if you wanted to spend the luck and then try to make the test with a I would say probably with a need for a hard, if you make a hard success, that would cover everybody. You can
Would
do
I
every
be
single
able
one. I just
to-
feel like if you spend 10 luck and you roll 5 disguise checks, you're going to fail at least 2 or 3 of those. Right? I just
Well,
feel
yeah,
like-
but and my hope is that I'll pass. Whereas, like getting one, like just spending it once, I can just fail and then everybody failed.
Okay.
So I'm willing to spend. Like I'm willing to.
You're willing to spend 50 luck. Aren't you spending like 50 luck to get everybody? Because
Yeah.
doesn't your thing require, like, I don't think you have 50 luck to spend.
I do. I had 55.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
So because it says may spend 10 luck points to gain a bonus die to disguise
Yeah.
or art craft acting rolls. Yeah.
So you could
But wouldn't you
just
mathematically still be better rolling one, getting the hard, and you have the extra luck to spend
agreed.
Oh, I see what
Yeah.
you're
to
saying.
succeed.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. So then I have 45. So I spend the 10. So
Okay.
then I've got 45 luck.
Okay.
And now I'm rolling.
I'm going to assume that we are doing a montage scene inside of a local clothing bazaar.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone's like stepping
Yes.
out, swirling.
What
the hell?
You could take 2 boots if you wanted to, I think, right? Or no?
I didn't catch that, Ashley. Sorry.
Now she can.
Okay. So I was rolling against disguise, which is a 25, and I rolled a 12. So I rolled a hard
You
success.
rolled a hard success. Okay, so with that, I'll say you'll succeed on changing everyone's look just enough so that they don't look like they normally do. And so if anyone tries to detect you, their spot hidden or their psychology rolls to try to detect you or try to sort of see through their disguises is going to be much more difficult. It's going to be a hard requirement.
It's going to be hard. Yep.
Okay, so what does everybody look like? Let's do that really fast. What does everyone look like now? Then we can solicit new art and go from there.
My hair is part of the opposite side.
It's the
It's
mustache
the Clark Kent
con?
disguise.
Where did Patrick go? I don't know. It's so crazy. Okay. So
I would say that
Very Clark Kent.
Marie has a very short haircut. That is look at Ashley with the props.
I just needed to be able to see for real.
So I would say that Marie has a very short haircut and then she puts glasses on.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, anybody else want to make a call out as to how their character is changing?
Yeah, Will did put on a black tunic. So he's looking a little bit more fatherly.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And I would say Marie probably has something that's a little more like muumuu-ish in terms of like the kind of clothes that she's wearing. So I would say she's kind of like changed it. Like she's not very stylish at this point, I would say. So kind of like flat shoes, kind of a muumuu-ish kind of style dress.
Okay. All right. Anybody else want to call it? If you don't want to, it's fine. We can just say you look different. It's fine.
Carmelita just is wearing like solid colors rather than anything with patterns on it, which is what she normally wears.
Okay.
Yeah, Goldie's got probably like a white like shawl that covers her hair that her hair is tied up in. She's got probably like a plain white button-up blouse with like a long black skirt versus her normal, very colorful shawls and stuff that she tends to wear.
Fantastic. Okay, so then you're looking for a hotel. Now, that's your second step, right? You're looking for something,
Yes.
I'm assuming, pretty cheap. Okay, there's a Hotel Cordina, which is on Straight Street. It is above a bar, so fairly cheap. There's a kind of a narrow stairwell that'll go up. Everything kind of smells fairly cheap. There's like a wine odor everywhere. Inside the bar itself, there's definitely sailors and drifters and kind of a nightlife quality to it. It doesn't have the kind of glamour that you've seen elsewhere. Is a little bit more on the seedier side. So that's certainly an option. Another perhaps is near the fort. If you wanted to go that direction, you could go to like a boarding room area. But you also know that is in closer proximity to the police station. So those are some options.
Probably farther away from the police station.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to say the dive bar one because the dive bar is absolutely both Maitreyi and Carmelita Street.
I don't know if I would. I guess you can call it a dive bar. It's more of a.
I'm trying to be generous.
Yeah. Okay. So
Generous.
So yeah. So we'll say you guys stay up at this Cordina place. We'll say evening comes, night eventually falls. You all have your disguises. You have, without your luggage, without your belongings, you only have what you had on you when you left the hotel for today. Hotel British for today. You are in this new place. You hear the sounds of music and song and conversation from below. Everything kind of smells. You probably are cramped together. I don't think there's enough place for you all to be getting your own individual rooms. So you're probably cramped like a 2 and a 3 kind of thing going on. And yeah, you have the night. If there's something that you wanted to do for the night, it's up to you.
Marie's argument would be that we should probably lay low. Maybe she would probably just want to kind of look out and just see if there seems to be anyone who's, looking around, trying to kind of like look for people, ask for people. If she can kind of overhear any street conversation about someone looking for a group of 5 people. Someone who might be checking all the hotels or that kind of a thing.
Are you doing this like from the benefits of like your hotel room, listening out an open shutter? Or are you doing this from the bar itself, listening for conversation?
She does not want to get made outside, so it's definitely going to be open shutter of the hotel room.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll a listen test.
Okay. I'm going to spend, I need to spend luck to make a regular success, and I will do that.
Okay. Yeah, you listen, you don't hear anyone asking for large groups of people. There's every now and then someone will come by asking for somebody, but not for groups of people. And it doesn't seem like they're asking for you. It seems like they're asking for maybe a local like worker at the bar or something like that. But it doesn't seem like anyone's asking for you all.
Will would call for a group huddle in one of the rooms to try and set up our plan for the next day. So we know that we need to meet Donovan. We need to get that ritual out of his office at the very least. If it's possible to destroy the creature in the warehouse, that'd be great, but I don't think that should be the priority, because the ritual takes us to the heart. We cut the head off the snake. For Donovan's cooperation, we also need to get his kid out of the hospital. So at the same time, people have to be able to go into the hospital. It is during the day, like you said, Carmelita, but it's also a hospital. It's not a fortress. I think we could do it. And if we get the kids safe, at the very least, we've upheld our promise to Donovan. Who wants to go where?
I'm familiar with the wing, so I can go there.
Sorry, Patrick, I spoke over you.
Yeah, we spoke together. Looks like Carmelita and I will go to the hospital.
Okay. I'm happy to head to the warehouse. Marie, Goldie.
Marie from the window is going to say, Mr. Price, certainly go wherever you believe your skills are best suited, but with the specialized attention that you received at the hospital, do we think it would be more difficult for you for your disguise to work, given how much time you spent there and extra attention you had?
We've all been there. We know our faces.
It's true that we've all been there, but we did not get to go upstairs where...
I at least know where the kid is.
That's true. His sense of direction would be invaluable.
Fair point.
All right, Goldie, where are you two going?
Very French, but not through me. Okay, not today. The warehouse does seem very dangerous.
It's probably more dangerous than the hospital.
And we don't have guns, but hopefully we'll get some there. But I can't help but worry. He never actually told us how to get into the warehouse, the particular path that he was supposed to expand upon.
He said it's like a labyrinth inside. There were traps everywhere if you didn't know the right way to go. So I assume he was saying that he would lead us. It's not the type of thing it sounded like you could draw a map and we could follow it easily.
Okay, that's concerning, but I think I should assist with the spell, probably, so...
Well, we're not casting it yet.
True.
But it would be helpful to have someone identify it. Of course, you could do that if we get it out.
Yeah, I still think I should go to make sure he's not pulling a fast one.
All right, and that just leaves you, Marie.
So whoever we have following after Miss Hans needs to be someone who can physically overpower her and redirect her somehow?
I didn't believe we were having anyone follow her. We were trying to pull this off while she was out, in a way. If anything, she'll end up at the hospital last.
Yeah. After she finishes at the hospital, that's when we'll go in.
Yeah, we can't attack her while she's running her errands. We don't have any guns.
Okay, so do we need someone just tailing her?
I don't believe so.
That might draw more attention than we want.
I see. And Marie had been sort of like half listening, and then she kind of peeks her head out and is listening at the street again. So which location do we not have someone at?
I'm going to the warehouse with Goldie.
The warehouse.
Patrick and Carmelita are going to the hospital. Would you like to go to the warehouse or the hospital?
Interesting.
Arguably, it'd be better to have you at the hospital because then there'd be 3 and 3 if we count Donovan as a temporary ally.
Yes,
I don't think we should, but
that would be more.
If we're going to have his kid, though, he won't turn on us in the warehouse.
No, he could just potentially sacrifice us to the creature so that his son doesn't have to be sacrificed.
I think the sacrifice came from the actual sacrifice. They've been giving lives to it all the time, but the sacrifice that had the most impact was the one that hurt him the most. It wouldn't hurt him to sacrifice us.
A potentially comforting thought. Do we believe that he would have told his son that this was happening, or do we think his son is going to scream bloody murder that he is being kidnapped?
I'm with Will. I don't think we should approach this thinking he knows.
Okay, so
that is wonderful and gives us grace and goodwill, but we should not expect it.
So having more people at the hospital then to help run interference.
Especially with your skill set, you can provide a distraction for us to physically go in. You might not even have to go upstairs or into the room. You provide a opening for us to do that.
Mr. Price, you said that there were other sick children on that ward as well?
There was, and Alexei. I wonder if he's been discharged.
That's right. He was the one with the attack at the coast.
Should we have 3 of us at the hospital, though? Remember Donovan, speaking of his forces. There's a lot at the warehouse to run into. I could draw you a map if you want to go to the hospital. I can join them at the warehouse.
That works for me.
We can do that.
All right. So Will, Patrick, Goldie are going to the warehouse. Patrick, you're drawing a map of the hospital. Carmelita and Marie, you're going to the hospital. You're getting the kid out. You don't have to fight. You just have to run. Keep the kid safe.
Yes.
I think we should time it that we try to go in at the same time as soon as possible. We know that Hans goes to the harbor before she goes to the hospital. I think that could be a good window to get the kid out at the same time. And then she's going to have time in the harbor and then travel time to the hospital. She can find out things went to hell in the hospital. If things go bad in the warehouse before you actually get the kid out, she would find out at the hospital anyways. They have phones. I think it's good to time it at the exact same time.
I do believe there were 3 stops that she makes, and the hospital was the last of the 3. I think if harbor was first, then police station was second, and hospital was third. If memory serves.
It gives us a little bit more time then.
Potentially.
We're doing this first thing in the morning.
I agree, Mr. Sawyer, that we should time everything with her departure from.
So,
I do believe, though, when she arrives at the police station, it is likely that the hospital may have called to the police station.
Not to burst our bubble, but once we have the child, what is the next step?
We have to get out. We don't have a plane.
With Donovan.
Exactly.
We know Donovan has a yacht.
But it is at the same... Isn't it at the harbor?
Which is
close to
the
where the
warehouse
warehouse
is. So after the warehouse, we can get the yacht ready to go and then pick you up from the hospital. If Hans finds out at the police station that things are going bad, she's either going to go to the warehouse or the hospital to try and solve things. Warehouse is close to the harbor, but not actually quite
I
there.
imagine she'd go to the hospital simply because of the leverage angle with his kid.
But she's also a fanatic. The god she
She's
worships is in the
fanatic.
warehouse. I don't
So
think we can
we have
safely
to-
assume where.
We have to decide whether we think this one we do not know is more power hungry or more fanatic.
I think we don't need to guess either way. We just rendezvous at the harbor, get on the yacht, sail off into the sunset.
No, I agree. I'm
And
trying to
Donovan will
think
be at
out
the
loud about
warehouse.
where she might go.
I agree. If Donovan is at the warehouse, then once everything is gathered from there, then he could go to the yacht.
Yes,
then-
likely us at the warehouse will be able to get to the yacht before you at the hospital. And we'll get it ready to go.
So that is our rendezvous point. Marie and I will meet you there with the kid.
I
Presumably.
think so.
Presumably.
We need somewhere that we would rendezvous. Because at the hospital, we wouldn't want to be going to the warehouse. We'd want to be going.
No, the
Rendezvous at the
uh,
harbor or the
yeah.
yacht. And if things go awful, it might be better for you all at the hospital to go back to the crazy old man and try to find your way through the tunnels. Hopefully he's not home because he'll give you a lot of shit. But if you can get into the house, get through the tunnels, escape that way.
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. First, let's try and get to the yacht.
So, a geography question. I'm wondering kind of the difference between like the hotel and the cemetery, because that's the easiest place that we know of to get into the tunnels would be in the chapel of the cemetery. And now we know how the trap is set up there.
Everything's within walking distance that you've been to so far. The cemetery is like to the northwest. I think it's technically outside of Valletta in like the next district, but it's close enough to it that you can get there within 15-20 minute walk, something like that, depending on where you're coming from.
If things have gone bad enough that we can't do the rendezvous at the yacht with a kid, like, I'm not sure if we'll be able to do a plan B. I mean, so again, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
I am wondering if we are attempting to, and I shudder saying this out loud, if our plan is to kidnap a child who is not in on the plan.
Rescue a child. Just terminology change. We are rescuing a child.
Yes, but from a practical perspective, should we not find some kind of chloroform or something to? And Marie is just in her mind picturing grabbing a screaming child, and
I'm
that
hopeful there will be something
quite
at
the
the hospital
scene.
to knock the child out.
I mean, this child is already very ill from what we've heard.
Hopefully
Chronically
we
ill.
will not need to.
And I think he's been stuck there. Maybe the promise of adventure would be enough to get him to cooperate, to
Or
go
that
to find his dad, to help his dad.
Yes. His
But-
father has sent us. I don't know.
Mr. Price, was there anything perhaps that you might have overheard when you were at the hospital of a term of endearment or something that Montgomery Sr. might call Montgomery Jr. that would clue him in that his father did indeed send us?
Nothing like that, but when I was leaving, I heard them talking about their mother and how she wasn't with them anymore. Last conversation they had.
Oh,
And Marie thinks back to looking at the gravestone for the mother. Well, poor dear's passed on sometime in the last year. And sort of just shakes that off as a... Not sure that would be something that we should
I mean, you guys know she didn't just pass on. She was sacrificed to the fucking...
And
Yeah.
then Carmelita straightens up when Marie says, but like, she didn't pass on. Donovan killed her. Like, let's be very clear about what happened.
We don't need to tell
And
the child.
We're not trying to.
No.
We're only saying this to the kid to get the kid to trust us, to shut up long enough for us to drag him out. We don't need him to like us long term. We just need him to shut up for 20 minutes.
Yes, that's fair point. We could try to find something on the street, or yes, okay, that works. That is the simplest option than trying to root around in the hospital for anything there. Okay. We have the outline of a plan, it would seem.
Okay, so I have it as Carmelita and Marie are going to the hospital. You're going to try to break out Monty Jr., possibly
Drug and kidnap, according to
possibly
Marie.
drugging him with something you buy on the street. Then Will, Goldie, and Patrick, you're going to the warehouse to meet with Donovan and try to get in and get that spell. And then no one's going to keep eyes on Diana as she goes about her rounds. You're going to try to do all this in the time it takes her to go from point A to point B to point C. Okay. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or
Are you looking to
we can have someone go with her, but
I was
that
just
would mean only one person going somewhere.
I wasn't judging. I was just repeating what I heard. I just want to make sure I understood everything.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. And are you going to try to procure some drugs right now at night to try to get that you could
I think
then
we're-
administer to Montgomery Jr.?
I think we're not
The
going to
sick
do
child.
that. I think we're just going to say something about his dad
The
and an
dead
outing.
mother
Okay.
and dad and that kind of thing.
Hey,
Yeah,
remember how your mom died?
I
You don't want that to happen to you, so you better shut up.
No.
Listen,
There's no version of that information
that might
being
be
useful.
one.
on that side.
Some seems
Thanks.
not particular.
We might need to rethink these teams
Hey, guys.
because
Do we need... Maybe we reconvene next week. We have some more time to think about this.
can we hire a nanny in Valletta to go with to the?
No. I think we have the plan, and we had talked about the plan last week. It was really just a matter of whether like one person tried to shadow Hans, or if it was better to have extra folks. And I think it makes sense having extra folks at the warehouse, because the warehouse then also means like getting on the yacht and getting the yacht ready to go. And I can't imagine
No.
it's not like a speedboat where you just sort of
I
like yank the
imagine
cord,
the
turn it on,
warehouse
and you're
will be-
gone. It probably takes a little bit of time.
I feel like the warehouse will be pretty heavily fortified as well. So having firepower and expertise there will be a good idea.
Yeah, like my hope there is that it's Montgomery Donovan. So like he can go into the warehouse if he wants, grab whatever he needs, and go relatively
He also said he was
but
gonna
I
try
mean,
and
if
empty the
there's a
guards.
splintered leadership, there's probably splintered like people as well. Like the people might not be completely loyal to Donovan.
He said he was going to try and
Some
get as many
people
people
might
out
be.
as he could during the round, so we'll just have to trust him on that.
Yeah, because he was going to try to have the other guy go with Miss Hans.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
It's not
because
like
he
we can
was
trust him, but we are the ones getting his kid out. So like he needs us for now.
Yeah. Definitely play that card if you need to. And you have a decent fast dog, so.
All right, so we all sit around the fire and we hit fast forward and
Yeah. So you drink for the rest of the evening. You try to get some sleep, some food at this hotel above a bar. Morning comes. You all go off in your separate directions, and we'll figure out what happens next time around. We're gonna go ahead and call it a little early, and go from there. All right. Let's do a couple close-up plugs. Steven, I'm going to toss it to Maitreyi. Maitreyi, where can we find you on the internet?
I am Multiplace Games on YouTube, where I make system agnostic or multi-system tabletop content that centers the GM and player experience.
Fantastic. Steven, what do you do for funsies?
Yeah, well, for fun, I insult crazy old priests and rile at my good buddy Jeff. But otherwise, I make tabletop RPGs. I've got one called Huckleberry, which is sort of right there. It's a Weird West RPG. It is available for pre-order right now, huckleberryrpg.com/pre-order. Physical copies will be coming in the summer, so grab yours.
All right. As for streaming, I think we might be due for a Monday game. I got to double check that everyone might be around for Monday for We're in Danger. Tuesday, we got some more Hardwired Island. I think Thursday, we're back next week with Legend in the Mist. Friday, I think we're still off. I'm not sure what we're doing on Friday, stream-wise. And then Saturday, yeah, we'll be back for this. And that's that. So that's it for us. Have a great rest of your night. I'll have a raid going. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
I'll be seeing you.